How to manage your emotions, right, when you lose $150,000 in a single night. And then what's going to happen is that during a crisis, you're going to make more money than you have ever imagined. And that's a story that's going to be told today by Reshveen. So if that intrigues you, make sure you stay behind for this episode. Okay guys, welcome to another episode of the Modern Wealth Podcast where we aim to empower, enrich and evolve your mindset. And today I'm back here again sitting in this chair. That means I got another shot at this interview of getting the job from this man right here. Okay, but all jokes aside, today's episode is going to be so key, so important because we are going to talk about, Resh, his mindset about money, his up and downs in his trades, and what his thought process are when he's actually doing all the trades plan. So today, this is so important that you watch throughout the whole episode, and at the end of it, there might be a special announcement for a special giveaway. So don't forget to watch all the way because this is going to be a smashing episode. So Resh, welcome back to your own show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be on my own show. Let's get going.
All right, man, let's get going.
Gavin, I'm very, very excited for today, right? Today's entire topic is going to be about, money mindset. It's going to be about strategies, about my outlook and stuff. I got so much to share, man. I'm waiting to go. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so Resh, before we even go into the meat of everything that goes in, right?
Yes.
We've been running boot camps for the past 1 year plus right now, and we have like thousands and thousands of students who are potentially going to be watching this episode.
Absolutely.
And one of the key things that you always say in class is that, bro or sister, or if you're a lady watching that, you dare to sit down with me for 15 minutes or not? Right? You sit down with me for 15 minutes, I can tell you whether you can make it.
Yes.
So today, I'm the guinea pig. I'm sitting right by you, brother. Right? So how's the process go actually? Like what do you actually ask or see that person for the 15 minutes when you sit down with them, whether they make it or not in in trading or in money management?
Sure.
That kind of stuff.
So first and foremost, I always mention this one thing, right? Strategy you can learn, right? Risk management, risk management, for example, you can learn. Mindset is something that is something that you are brought up with. All of us have different beliefs. We are brought up with different ways that we are brought up about money, right? Like your parents might have taught you something, right? Like, because of your relationship with your partner, you might have some beliefs about money, right? And these are deep-rooted. These are deep-rooted from the time you were a child, from the time you were 3-4 years old. There were beliefs that were deposited into you by your parents, by your whoever brought you up about money. Right? Things like money doesn't grow on
trees.
You think money fall from the
sky.
Right?
Something I cannot test out.
No, but it's all normal. Everybody knows these things, right? Like, hey, you think money so easy to earn, is it? Right? Yeah. You must work very
hard.
You must work very hard. So all these things that people inherently believe of money, are they true?
I believe the correct answer is not true.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, we all have these beliefs, and these beliefs determine what our relationship with money, right?
Okay.
If you believe that money is very, very hard to earn, then guess what? Money will be very, very hard for you to get, right?
What we think is what we get.
Yeah, absolutely. If you believe that money is abundant and money is easy for me to achieve, then that will be your reality. But if you really are insistent that money is hard to earn, hey, bro, see, the thing I should always ask people is this, right? Is that a fact or is that a belief? Ask yourself this one question. Is it a fact or is it a belief? Trading, lose money on. Is that a fact or is that a belief? If I trade, I confirm kena scam on. Is that a fact? But people make beliefs become facts in their lives.
Let's repeat that again. People make beliefs into facts in their life.
Yes. People make beliefs become facts in their lives, right? So, for example, people say, trading, sure lose money one, right? Yeah. They say this kind of things, for example. That's a belief. That's not a fact, bro. Right? It's a belief. But then they make it a fact in their life. So if they even attempt to try, they will lose, because you've already painted the reality, or you already believe that, you see?
Yeah.
Right? So when I talk to people, when I hear these things that they say, I can know the reality already, right? I'll share you an example. Recently, there's a guy who joined the bootcamp, right? Right? Even before he started the class, he sent me this list of messages saying that, wow, how he kena scam here and there, kena scam. So in his belief and because of his past bad experiences, he already has a guarded wall. He already knows that, he already feels that everything is a scam. Wow, I kena scam. Wow, I kena scam 7 times, bro. Wow, Resh, wow, hopefully you're not a scam. Bro, even before the class started, in my head I was like, this guy cannot make it. Cannot, right? He's letting all his past beliefs, right? Don't let the pains of your past poison your future.
Okay.
Right? So when he had all these beliefs and all these walls built up, I knew he cannot succeed already. So these are the inherent first things that I will actually look for in a person, right? So unconsciously ask yourself, are you saying these kind of things to yourself? Wow, every time I look at charts, wow, I cannot lah. Wow, charts very difficult for me. Rash, wow, mathematics, I see number, wow, very difficult for me, right? So when people say these kind of things, again, I know that is true for you, right? But it will not serve you if you keep repeating these statements. If you keep repeating these statements, sure, charts challenging for you. But how can you change that conversation to, in your head, hey, I can become better at this. You know what I'm saying? It opens up your mind so much more than immediately closing yourself off. So initially when I talk to a person, when I hear what they are saying, I already know whether they have inherent beliefs that will sabotage themselves. So what stops people from winning in trading? It is themselves, It is not the markets, not whatever. It's really their inherent inner beliefs about money. So you must get that story right in your head first. And when that's right in your head first, then success will come. Right? And it's a journey, bro. Right? It's a journey. Why? Because, bro, these beliefs are in you for the last 25 years. In you for the last 40 years, 40, 50 years old. These are beliefs that your grandfather gave to you 50 years ago. You think easy to get rid of, man? No, not easy. Right? So how? The question is now how?
Exactly, that's going to be my next question. So how? You make it sound as though, it's because it's really so deep-rooted. We already have all these BS in our, by the way, BS means belief system. It's not what you are thinking. Okay?
It's also bullshit that you have in your head. Absolutely.
But then, exactly like that, how? It's so difficult, and many of the people who may be watching this, right, especially if they have not been through some form of training or whatever, they'll be like, but it's in me, but that's the first inherent reaction that I will have. Then how will you suggest that they change?
Very simple, right? Very simple. Dudes, just to give you all some context, I came from a family who told me just that. Money is very hard to earn. You need to work very, very, very hard. I saw my own dad work crazy hours, public holiday also work, New Year Day also work, Christmas also work, right? Why? Because he'd come back and tell me, you think money is so hard to earn, so easy to earn. I need to work very, very hard. Oh Allah, I came through all these different things, right? So, I wasn't born from an entrepreneur's mindset or whatever it is, right? But I was very, very lucky that very early in my life, I got exposed to material, to books, to mentors, to programs that really opened up a whole new realm of beliefs for me.
Okay.
Then I asked myself, do I want to adopt my old past beliefs, or do I want to now adopt these new beliefs? Can I share with you one very good one? Very good one. One of the first books that I read that changed my life was Rich Dad Poor Dad. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's one sentence that Robert Kiyosaki says, which I freaking love. In the entire book, there's one thing. Okay, I remember a lot of things in the book, but if there's one thing that I remember from the book, is this. He said, instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask yourself, how can I afford this? You see, when you say, I can't afford this immediately, cannot lah.
The door is shut.
Door is shut, bro. Ferrari, I cannot afford this lah. Ask yourself, hey, how can I afford this? At least now your mind is open to think about ideas about what you can do to achieve it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So this is an example of one of the mindset shifts. I did another program that to me was life-changing. That program, guys, if you ever get the chance, please go attend it. It's called Millionaire Mind Intensive. MMI. It is founded by this guy called T. Harv Eker. And he wrote this absolutely brilliant book as well, which I highly, highly encourage. If you can go and pick it up, go and pick it up. Do you know what the book is called?
I don't remember.
Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Right? So he wrote this book, T. Harv Eker. T. Harv Eker, guys, father of personal development, father of unlocking the money mindset. Right? Please go and attend, go and read this book, man. Seriously, if you need some grilling in your mindset on money, go and read this book.
Yeah, shout out to Richard and Veronica. Still actively bringing the event into Singapore.
Absolutely bringing the event in Singapore. But this event, I tell you, it was game changing, right? So they talked about concepts with regards to I am a money magnet.
Yeah.
Money comes to me easily and abundantly, right? I have massive passive income, right? So there was this entire list that we have, right? Declarations and all these things. Then I was there, I was broke and whatever, and declaring these things, bro. Declaring these things. I have multiple streams of income. Money will come to me easily and abundantly and all these things. And it took time, right? But I made a decision. I said, I want to adopt these new sets of beliefs in my life.
Absolutely.
Right? I want to adopt these new sets of beliefs in my life, and I'm going to make these beliefs become ingrained in me. So it took work, it took effort. You see, for many, many years, you might have wrong beliefs. You might be around people who are very, very negative. You might be around people who believe all these negative things, right? But guess what? You're not a tree, you can always move. By watching this video, by consuming this information, by choosing what you read and choosing what you consume, then day by day, you will see yourself changing.
So true, so true.
So basically, that's what's up, man. And if you solve that, then trading also becomes different. Then the way you approach trading also becomes very different. The way you see money losing and whatever also becomes different. You see what I'm saying? Right? So it all starts with this. And if inherently you have very, very bad beliefs about money, about how it can be earned and everything, then you cannot make it.
That's so true. I mean, I especially love the part about decoration and stuff. I mean, for those of you who have been following our channels, you'll see that in almost every other episode that we hosted or we talk about, we always make declarations, right? We're going to achieve this, we're going to do this. And that's the reason why we are putting it out there, right? Because we are putting out there, our question is, how am I going to make sure that I get there? That's the way our mind kind of like is framed to, wired to work right now.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
So as a new trader, is it going to be right to say, because to be fair, I'm also a relatively new trader as compared to yourself, right?
Yeah.
So whenever everyone's going to have winning trades and losing trades, right? So whenever I have a losing trade, or even a winning trade per se, is it then the way that I should approach that question is, I lose money, right? That's the wrong way, right? That's the wrong way. But the way that I should approach it is, alamak, how can I avoid it from happening again? How can I make my trade better? Is that the mindset or the frame that you even yourself ask when you...
So very simple, right? Okay, what is investing? What is trading?
Yeah.
Okay, investing in trading is very simply taking on a level of risk in exchange for potential reward.
Yep.
In essence, it is that. I don't care what you're doing, whether it's crypto, stocks, properties, whatever. I'm exchanging a level of risk for a future potential reward.
Yeah.
I'm risking $1,000. I'm risking $10,000 in hopes, in whatever, that hopefully my return in the future is higher. Correct?
Yeah.
So we establish that as number one. All right? So again, you must, number one, be educated on the risk that you're taking. Right? Number one, you must be educated on the risk that you're taking. Okay. Is that risk that you're taking, is it an educated guess or not? Right? Or is it just my hantam, my friend tell me anyhow. Do you understand the risk you're taking, right? So I always say this, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. If you're a complete idiot, you don't know what you're doing, then it's very, very risky. If you know what you're doing, then it can be different. It can be mitigated. Right? Risk will always be there, but we are exchanging this for that. Right? So number one, first and foremost, always get educated. All right? So how do you look at losses? I always share this in my class. There is no such things as wins or losses. For me, it is framed as there's only winnings or learnings.
Winning or learning.
Winning or learning, right? It's not win or lose, it's win or learn, right? So if you tell yourself that, hey, look, I will lose, right? Because sometimes in this game where you exchange some level of risk for a potential reward, understand is one thing. There will be times where the risk happens to you, where you happen to lose. You must understand something. If you do decide to go down this path of investing or trading, you will confirm lose one lah. Where got such thing as everyday win? Cannot. It's impossible. If you want to do that, then every day get money and then go get a job. Even that also is risky.
Yeah, you might get fired.
You might get fired. You never know, right?
Yeah.
But very simply, if you do endeavor to come to this path, if you do come to our side, right, you are exchanging a lot of risk, and you must understand that that risk can happen. You can lose. Do you understand? Right. So if you cannot accept that, then don't trade. Right? Again, some people get in and they realize that, I lose, I cannot take it. Then don't do lah. Then it's not for you. It's not for you, right? Is it meant for everybody? The answer is no. Some people just inherently cannot take it. They see $5 lose, wow, they song. If you're that kind of person, then don't waste time lah, right? Just don't waste time. This is not for you, right? You can go and work in a job and do whatever you want to do, right? But if that's you, that's not. So again, winning or learning, and again, the framing of losing into I lose money into, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I do better, right? That's very, very important. So for me, in life, I never ever, of course, dude, I've lost money before.
Yeah,
I lost money in the tunes of 6 figures or more, right?
I'm gonna go into that in a bit, yeah.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I felt upset, I felt depressed about losing money before, but I always dust myself off, and I always then reframe the question to, how can I do better next time? What can I learn from this? And automatically, when you have that mindset, walao, everything changes. I really feel everything changes, right? Then the lens is very, very different. Right, very, very important.
So on this note, right, like you said, if you cannot take losing, you cannot manage the risk, or you feel that the risk is not up to you, then the advice is very simply, then this is not for you.
Not for you, yes.
Right, this is not for you, right? So again, I think we are very, very clear in whatever that we do, in the way that we conduct ourselves to our students. We have never said that, this is a 100% gain kind of thing, because it is not, right? We can always, I remember one of the things that when I learned from like yourself, from Calvin, from our most amazing coaches. And the one thing that kept repeating itself was that, we can be doing everything right. The analysis, the way that we figure the charts, the way that we predict is right, but the market can pull a fast one on you and go the other way. And that's why you can never get 100% anyway.
No.
Right? So if you are looking for a quick buck, you are looking for a sure win thing, this is definitely not the game or the future that you're looking for. That's one. But going through that whole roller coaster of like, don't know whether I can get or not, it's a whole plethora of emotions. Yep. So now I want to ask a little bit more about like the emotions that you have experienced yourself, right? Given the level that you're trading, you must have experienced highs, and you say you lost money, you must have lows as well.
Yes.
So what are some of these emotions that people can expect? And as traders, one of the things that you also say is that the biggest thing that can control you is your emotion. And how do we leverage on emotion to make us better?
Okay, so very, very simple, right? So again, you must understand, everyone wants to make more money. Make money. Who doesn't want to make money? Millionaire, yes, I want to be millionaire, right? Everybody wants that. But you must also understand the level of risk and the amount of emotions you can take. Okay, one thing I really believe in is you must invest. you must invest, right? In today's world, if you're working in Singapore, you're not investing, you're an idiot, right? The reason why you're an idiot is because you will be begging. Seriously, right? Inflation and everything, you need to learn to be an investor, right? You need to invest your money somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. You have to. If not, you cannot keep up.
Yeah. Right? And by the way, putting money in the bank is not investing, guys.
Yes. So you need to invest. You need to invest your money, right? But again, with investing, there's different levels to it as well.
Yeah,
okay, Resh, I want to go high stakes. I want to, really grow my money very fast. Then obviously you have to take a little bit more risk, right? But you can start off with something small, for example, right? What is the most basic? I share with you all. Can I share? Right. So the most basic thing that anybody and everybody should do, right, is to very simply open up an Endow Us account, a very simple account with whatever brokerage, for example. Endow Us does this, shout out to them, right? But very, very simply, to dollar cost average into the S&P 500. Okay.
Before we do that, I just have to do a disclaimer first, right? Whatever that we talk about on this show later and before, it's not a disclaimer to buy or sell. Always do your own due diligence. But I think what's important for us is that we want to share our own experience, right? So that you can learn better. But always exercise your own due diligence.
Okay, thanks for that. Very important. But very simply, the minimal you have to do is to invest in. The most basic is investing in the S&P 500. What the hell is this S&P 500 thing, Resh? I don't understand. Very simply, S&P 500 is a collection, a basket of 500 of the strongest companies in the world today, right? And traditionally, over the last 100 years, long term, it always goes up. There is ups and downs and whatever else, but in the long term, it always goes up. You have to. That's the basic thing, right? Why does it always go up? It's because very simple. Number one, first things first, right? These companies are always reflecting the best companies. So if companies not performing, get replaced. And number two, inflation. These companies charge higher for increased prices. As people pay more, these companies make more profits, prices rise. That's it. It's inflation, right? So traditionally, always goes up, right? The simplest thing you can do to grow your excess money is to put it in a low-cost index fund. Okay, this is advised not by me. It's advised by Tony Robbins. It's advised by Warren Buffett. It's advised by, Warren Buffett even said this. He said that 80% of people are better off just investing in a low-cost index fund as opposed to picking stocks themselves. Most basic, please go and do it. You have to invest. If you want to keep up today living in Singapore, bro, you must invest. Do that at least, right? Your future self will thank you for it. At least you can retire without having to worry, right? Don't just depend on your savings. Right, you have to do that. Okay, that's basically number one. What's the question actually?
Our question was like about the emotions as well.
Okay, the emotions.
But you were sharing about like what is investing.
So emotions. So this is very little emotions. You don't need to worry.
Yeah.
Right, this is the least amount of emotions. Right, you really don't have to worry. It's very simple, right? It's very, very simple. Just do it on a monthly basis, right? If it comes down, you buy, right? But the time frame is you're looking at it on a longer time basis, right? Not say very, very long, as in every year it generally goes up and everything, right? But yeah, longer time frame, 5-10 years, for example. Very little emotions, pretty simple. You're not going to see like, massive drops or whatever it is. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? So that's basically number one in terms of investing, okay? If you choose to participate in anything else, if you choose to participate in buying selected stocks, I want to buy Amazon stock, I want to buy Apple stock, I want to buy Bitcoin. All of this is a lot more risk. Why? Because these are all individual entities, individual companies that have possibility to go to zero. Right? So if I buy Apple today, can it go to zero? Who knows? Maybe. All right, if next year somebody comes up to absolutely crush the iPhone, which is unlikely, but if that happens, then jialat. Right? So anything else beyond that is you must take educated guess.
Yep. Right?
So that's basically number one. Right? And of course, if you want to take the next level of risk, for example, but if you're starting out, so it depends. Okay, so the next thing is, do I have capital? Do I not have capital? Right? So if you're starting out as like me, for example, right, like starting out small, I didn't have a lot of money when I started out. Then basically the only thing that you can really do to really grow is by of course investing in yourself, businesses. I'm talking about investing,
Yeah, investing. Yeah.
Stocks and cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
Why
is that?
These are the two. Why? Because you can get started with $100.
Okay.
Right? The quantum to get started is literally nothing. You can start an account, you can open an account, you can start investing. If you have $100, also you can start. If I have $100, I can buy Apple stock. If I have $100, I can buy Bitcoin. I can buy Ethereum. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So that's how you can get started. Okay? But if you have a small amount of money, right? This is my advice. This is what I really truly believe in. If you have a small amount of money and you really truly want to grow it exponentially, you must look to invest in exponential assets.
Okay, so let's repeat that again. If you are having a little or minimal capital and you want to be able to grow that, then you should potentially look into exponential assets.
Yes.
And
what do I mean by exponential assets? So, you might have heard of this terminology called blue chip stocks. Right? Blue chip stocks, very simply, is like DBS Bank, right? OCBC, right? Apple, Google, these are all blue chip, strong companies. Great. But they're going to do 10-15% a year, right? If you have $100, you get 10% a year. Can't do jack shit. Right?
Your coffee costs more than that.
There's no way you can grow anything. It doesn't make sense, right? Even if you start with $1,000, 10% a year, bro, what are you going to do, bro? $100, bro, you go one Hai Di Lao, finish already. Right? You cannot do anything, right?
You go Hai Di Lao, you go into negative, bro.
You go negative.
You go negative.
Right? Money gone.
Yeah, money gone.
Bro, that is after 1 year, brother. That is after 1 year. Bro, that is $10 a month, bro. Don't waste time, lah. Cannot.
Yeah.
You have to invest in things that can grow your money exponentially. Exponentially means, what can grow your money 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, for example.
Yeah.
Right? And to be able to do that, you need to understand what instruments can you there, right? What instruments can I use? Can I utilize it? Like for me, the way I really grew my money exponentially initially was through options.
Options. So now we're talking about another instrument apart from stocks and crypto, right?
Yeah. So that's a derivative of stocks.
Yeah.
Right. It's a derivative of stocks, right? Which I use to really scale and grow, right? So options essentially uses a leverage upon the stocks to be able to buy long dated options where you can basically grow your money a lot faster, right? So I utilize options, buying of options, and also effective selling of options to collect income and really grow my money, right? So I wasn't just depending on the stock price to go up, but with options I could use an element of leverage to really grow it, So I learned how to do it really well. I became a master in options, and I was able to scale and grow my portfolio because of the power of options.
Okay.
Right? That was how I initially grew my first pot of gold.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then my second big pot of gold came from crypto. Right? Cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies is the riskiest asset. Right? Talk about risk assets. Cryptocurrency is in the wild, wild west, baby.
Yeah. As of recording today, it's still the Wild Wild West.
It is still in the Wild West. You have 90% of tokens that are cowboy tokens, right?
Yeah.
It's Wild Wild West. It's crazy town. Right? Money is made in the millions. Money is lost in the millions, right? But again, is there potential? Absolutely, 100%. So you got to know what you're buying. You got to know what are rug pools. All these things. You got to get educated. You got to get educated, right? But again, you have many places. Back when I started, like properly, I started. I started play in 2017. I properly got started in 2020, 2021. And my portfolio, when I invested in these coins, they helped bring my portfolio to a 20x return, right? Which was
you started investing in crypto in 2021?
2017.
2017.
But that was just,
testing out the market, testing the waters. But from then to now, you have 20x your portfolio.
Yes.
From
easily.
cryptocurrencies.
From cryptocurrencies, yes.
Wow.
At least minimally lah, bro.
Yeah.
20x, right? Which is pretty insane, right? But again, that was from investing during the bull market, really growing up like crazy. And that was just simply buying spot. Okay. So what does spot mean? Spot, very simply, is just buying the actual underlying tokens, right? Just buying the underlying actual tokens, and you could really grow it like crazy, right? As of right now, we have evolved our strategy to utilize a bit of futures as well.
Yep.
We're able to, add on some juice, add on some firepower with using some leverage to be able to really grow it. Again, you want to do that, you need to get educated.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not educated, bro, it can blow in your face, right? So again, disclaimer, with strategies that you really want to dig deep into, my number one thing is find a mentor, find somebody who's actually been there, done that. Don't just go and do it yourself, because there's a lot of things that you won't know, right? I'm telling you, man. You have to get educated, find somebody who can guide you properly, then you go and do it. All right. So, and again, if you understand how to use these instruments, like options, like futures, it can really help you to boom, right? It can really help you to grow next level, right? $1,000, $20,000. I've seen so many students who have done that.
Yeah. And just to be very open here, of course, for those of you watching this, you will know that we have our own program, but as Resh will be saying this, like when we say find a mentor, it doesn't need to be us. It could be someone that you know, someone who is knowledgeable in the subject that you trust, you can vibe with. But the key message that we want to bring across is that you must be educated.
Yes.
Because when you are not educated, you are taking risk. But then if you're educated, at the very least, it's a mitigated risk.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But Resh, I want to come from a position where right now, let's assume that I'm a new trader, right? I'm someone who, bro, I only have $1,000 left. Right, and I listen to you. I'm putting my 1,000, to invest. That's it. That's my life. Right. So naturally, if I'm putting my life savings into whatever that I'm doing, my emotions is going to go wow. That's why I cannot afford to risk $5, bro. I understand when you say $5 is like kacang putih. Sorry, it means very little, right? But to me, that $5 make a lot of difference in my life, right? And when I make another $10, it also makes a difference in my life in that sense. So, like, how would you advise someone who might be in that situation to do, and how can he or she control this emotion a lot better?
Okay, very good question. If the person comes to me and tells me that $1,000 is really all they have left, my answer very simply is go get a job. Bro, don't waste time, bro. Don't go and drive taxi or do something. Go get a job, right? Like please understand something. Whenever you choose to invest, you must invest what you can afford to lose. If you cannot afford to lose, don't even do. That's it, right? So if you decide to say, hey, you know what, I want to put aside $1,000 to try and trade cryptocurrencies, for example. You are now saying, in essence, I am ready to lose the $1,000, right? See, the person comes to me, their mindset, for example, this is CMI, cannot make it. Don't even talk to me, cannot make it. Don't waste your time. The market is not here for you to, cannot make it. Bye-bye, see you. Don't do it. Right? Very, very simple. Again, only invest what you can afford to lose, especially to do with crypto, right? 100%. Again, bro, I share with you something. Recently, a guy, again, everybody has different mindsets, right? But recently, a guy came to me and he was like, cool, Resh, I have 100 grand, I want to really, grow it. right? But he came to me and honestly, he and you can tell the truth in his eyes, which was like, look, this 100,000, whatever happens, it doesn't matter, bro. Right? Whatever, like, again, bro, everybody has different context, right? But he came to me and tell me, hey, 100,000 doesn't matter what happens, right? As in, if it goes to shit, it's fine, right? Like, but I'm here to really grow this 100 grand and I want to hit $1 million and above. I look at him, I hear that, I'm like, let's go, right? Why? Because it's an amount that he is willing to put aside. The attitude, very simply, is I'm here to not just anyhow throw and not just anyhow gamble, but it's an amount I'm willing to put aside. So if that's very clear, and that amount can be whatever amount it is for you, right? Whether it be 10 grand or 5 grand or $1,000. But if you have that mindset and you have that mindset first, then bro, then I can help you, right? But if the emotions is very hard with regards to, wow, cannot, then very difficult, right? So, I love this sharing by Bernard, right? So whenever you place a trade, you put a stop loss, for example, the mindset immediately is, this is the amount that I'm willing to
lose.
Yeah. And if you have that, then easy. Then it solves a lot of the issue. Then a lot of the emotional burden goes away. Of course, nobody likes to lose, right? But you must understand, again, like I said, you're exchanging a risk for a potential reward, right? Ultimately, if all goes to shit, you're still okay, bro, I won't die. It's an okay amount. Then you're good to go, right? But if that amount is something that causes you anxiety and everything, then bro, cannot make it.
Okay.
Right? So it comes down to your level of attachment towards the money. The less you are attached to it, the more you can let it grow.
Okay. So just to bring this point quite squarely across to the viewers right now, is that if you are in a state where you cannot even take care of yourself, please go and take care of yourself first. Don't think about all this get rich quicks or I'm gonna turn this small amount of money into a big amount of money. Don't think about such thing. Take care of yourself first. Get a job, stabilize first, right? That's number one. And number two is that whenever we are looking to invest a certain amount of money, we should be having the mindset that whatever money that I'm setting aside to invest, I am prepared to lose, right? And if you are able to have that mindset, the journey will be a lot more comfortable.
Yes.
In terms of like the controlling the emotions and everything, right? Now, I would say that listening across the table right now, if I were to put myself in a new trader, which I am, right? And I were to think, but Resh, say only very easy, Yeah lah, I can tell myself 5,000, 1,000, or I'm okay, right? But 5,000, 10,000, I can just, okay lah, we invest and then we see how it goes. Say only. But when I actually put in a trade, and then I see the number, fluctuate up and down, there always still that
anxiety,
yes. That wave of euphoria or loss when it happens, right? Then what is your experience? How would you advise a newbie trader to any other additional advice, I would say?
Okay, very, very simple. I understand exactly what you're saying, bro. I've been there, done that, right?
Yeah.
So I can share with you something. Professionals are ice cold. Professionals don't have feeling on. They really got no feeling, right? Like serious, no joke. How I know that fella is a professional is where he doesn't go like, bro, go and watch top poker players, bro. Go and watch, bro. These are you go and watch, if you watch professional poker, dude, ice cold, right? That is the end state. How do you get there? Practice, right? Like, how do you build that, the level of like, how you so chill, for example? Yeah. The only reason why I'm chill is because I've done this for so long, I know how it works. I know, losses are temporary. I know wins, can come, they can go. I know the game, right? Like, how do you build that for yourself? It takes time, right? No choice. You have to go through the initial phase where you feel like, scared or whatever else, right? Like, it's out there to get me. All that feelings you will have, but it takes time. And after a while, you build nerves of steel, your balls get bigger, you get more used to it. It's just another day in the park, right? That's basically what it is. So again, bro, it takes time.
It takes time. All right, man. And it takes time for us to grow the channel too. So if you like the content so far, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Turn on the notification bell because we are spending a lot of time, right, to pass all this important message to everybody that is watching this. And our goal really is to make sure that you get educated so that you mitigate the risk and you will be able to succeed as well. Because the truth is, we want more people to succeed together with us. That's really what we want to be able to achieve here. So in the upcoming segment later, we are going to talk about Resh's biggest losses as well as his biggest wins and all, and his emotions. And also, more interestingly, I want to be able to peer into his mind on how he analyzes his trades, and how he actually identifies all these things given his years of experience. So if that is something that truly excites you, right, continue watching. We will get right back after this short intermission. All right, welcome back to this second segment of this very special episode of Modern Wealth Podcast, where I am hosting, just to be very clear, and the boss man is on the chair being interviewed, right? But this segment is so key because I think we're going to talk about something that we have never really talked about before, which is about Resh's biggest wins as well as his biggest losses. And more importantly to me as a new trader, I want to understand like the emotions behind it. And after that, I also want to find out how he does his trade, right? So if that is something that you want, make sure you watch until the end. So Resh, let's get back right into the thick of it.
Yes.
What was your biggest loss ever?
Woof. Okay. Let me share this story, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle down, sit down, get ready for story time.
Story time. Let's go.
There was this one stock that I was trading, right? They were selling options on. Okay, so just to make it very simple, selling options, collecting premium of it for a very, very long time. And this particular stock, guys, it didn't make me money once, not twice, but it made me money month after month after month after month after month. After month after month after month. Now, this was nearly about a good 10 months of just milking this particular stock, collecting thousands of dollars in premiums every month from this particular stock. What happens when that happens is that you build a level of
complacency,
you build a level of, hey, you've never failed me, so why should you fail me this time?
I see.
Right? So I was very, very excited. I got a lot of people, sharing. I shared this with a lot of people because a lot of people did benefit as well, which is great. But I just carried on, right, all the way through. And there's a saying, by Mike Tyson, which I love, which is, everything's well and good.
Until you get punched in the face.
Until you get punched.
I'm getting 10 out of 10 out of my fill in the blanks today, my guy.
Everything's a party until you get punched in the face, right? So I still remember, one day, the stock was trading about $90, right? And very simply, it follows the S&P, right? It follows the S&P, always goes up, right? So my thesis was very, very simply, okay, even though if it drops also, 10% drops, some drop 20%, it should be okay, right? Like, again, I was selling puts far out of the money, right? And if it drops marginally, so I'm pretty much okay, right? So I woke up and then I literally saw 200 messages. I was like, what is happening, right? 200 messages, why is my phone blasting and going off non-stop? Open the messages, like, hey, Resh, do you see this stock? Resh, have you seen this stock? And I was like, what's happening? Cannot be, right? So I woke up, opened my eyes, and then I saw that stock went from $90 over to like $9.
Oh.
Right, overnight, no. Like it was $90 over $9. Then I was like, cannot be lah, right? Must be some
technical error.
Technical error lah. Must just refresh the page lah, right? I refresh the page. Bro, $9, bro. I was like, what the cannot be what? Yeah. How can? Like, walao, always going up. Even if you drop also, like the market didn't drop like as much. How come? What happened? Right? So basically, there was this freak market event that happened where VIX, okay, I don't want to go into the details, but some freak market event that happened and the entire glitch happened with regards to a particular stock and it just collapsed. And it collapsed, stop losses, everything not triggered, like it just went all the way down. Dude, it was crazy, man. And I was like, holy shit, right? That liquidated a good 6 figures, right? Over $150,000, right? I was 24, 25 years old, right? Dude, I tell you, I was sick. My stomach, I couldn't take it, bro. I opened up, I was like, holy, like I got scared, bro. I was like, shit, right? Like my stomach churned. I went back to sleep, hoping that it would be a dream. Seriously, as in, I have this bad habit, whenever problems happen, I go sleep. Right? I went to sleep, bro, because I was scared, dude.
Escape, then wake up, actually that didn't happen.
Oh, maybe it did happen, right? I go to sleep, let's see. Oh, I cannot sleep, right? I wake up, it was real, dude. A whole bunch was gone. I was like, bro, this was years and years and years of work, right? Years and years of my saving, of my compounding, all that was gone in one day.
25 years of age, overnight you lost 150,000.
Yes. Very, very painful. I still remember, man, I went downstairs, I was talking to my then girlfriend, I was like explaining and I was saying, like this happened, how, right? Wow, it was damn tough. Right? It was very, very, very tough. And again, and I think the worst part was just to share very openly, right? And this is a responsibility to take as a leader as well, right? There were people who also, were following and everything, who also lost and who didn't know what to do. So they messaged me what to do. I said, what to do? You cannot do anything, right? There's nothing to do. It's a loss. You cannot what do I do? There's nothing. What could I do? There's not. You cannot. You stop loss all useless, right? You have to take the loss and move on.
Yeah.
Wallah, I tell you, it was, I share this and all these feelings come back, but it was quite tough, right? It was very, very tough. And again, am I to be blamed for it? No, right? Like things like this can happen in the markets, right? Like, oh, how come you recommend it? Like, dude, it was working, right? The entire thing was working until it didn't, right? So what was the learning lessons from it? Your strategy will work until it doesn't. It is something that I want to share with you. Your strategy will work until it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
It will work until it doesn't, right? And you must always understand your maximum risk when you're doing this. When you're executing something. If shit hits the fan, and one day it will, what's the worst that can happen? And if you can stomach it, then it's okay. Right? So yeah, sure, you have to take your risk you gotta risk it for the biscuit, right? And this is what you gotta do, but look, you really have to understand, right, that, if you take that risk, if shit really hits the fan, are you able to take it? Right? Very, very, very important, right? Like, super, super important. So again, this is something that I learned, right? Like, again, never be too complacent. People say, Bitcoin cannot go down to 18,000 again. You sure or not? Right? Bitcoin cannot go down 18,000, you sure? Maybe it go to zero, can it happen? Sure. There's always a possibility. There's a 1% chance. Guess what? The 1% chance can happen, right? So, it didn't just happen to me. I've seen many, many other, traders out there who, have 4 years, 5 years of compounded gains gone because of one stupid mistake, one time, market gas, a crazy thing, everything gone, for example. Yeah. Right? Why? Because their strategy or whatever doesn't take into account that 1% chance. And if the 1% chance event happens, that one black swan event happens, finish, gone. Right? And this is what happened to many people in 1997, 2008.
Yeah. Right? Crisis,
during the major crisis, during what we call black swan events.
Yeah.
So you got to ask yourself, if there happens to be a black swan event, you never know when it's coming. The thing about black swans is that you don't know when it's coming. And if it does happen, then can you take it?
Were you prepared to take it when that happened to you?
So I share with you what happened. And again, not everybody can say this, but I share this, right? Because I cried, I was literally tearing, right? Then my girlfriend told me this one thing. She told me, it's okay, I can make back one. Right? It's okay, we lose money, we earn back one. Right? You can earn back one. Money go, money can come back. Right? There are some things in life that it goes, it cannot come back.
Wow, the mindset of the then girlfriend is another level.
Today, wife.
Okay, so I don't know, so better clarify. Okay, so today, don't want to become wife. Right, the mindset is like, wow.
Yeah. No, but really, she just said, right? Like, money go, guess what? Can earn back one, right? Earn back, right? And again, this is in context with me, right?
Yeah.
I was 25. It's true, right? If I was 75, maybe different story, right? But 25, money go, money can come back. And it's true, bro? Yeah. And again, in the second line that I just said just now was very, very important. Yeah. But some other things go, it may never come back.
So true, man, so true. I mean,
your health goes, your partner goes, dude, don't f*** up. Don't mess up the more important things. Money goes, okay, bro, can always come back.
Yeah.
Right, very, very, very important. So she told me that and I was like, I gave myself one day to bond.
Yeah. Some things in life are one shot, right?
Yes.
Once it's gone, you can never get back. But money is definitely not one of those.
Yes.
You can always get money back.
Absolutely. It's important. It's one of the most important, oxygen. But you understand one thing, it's always abundant.
Yeah.
Money is like oxygen. It's very, very, very important. And it's abundant, right? If it goes, don't worry, there's never like not enough, cannot breathe. There's always money around, right? Like it's always abundant, so you can always get back, right? So, I took one day to, feel sorry for myself, feel whatever nonsense that I felt for myself. Then I woke up, the next day I told myself, you know what? What can I do to make it back?
That's so amazing. This is reminds me of comedian rule. Right, I think I'm not a comedian, right? But I heard this from Dr. Jason Leong, a Malaysian comedian. He said that all comedians actually have this rule called the 11 a.m. rule. Right, so if they screw up a gig, comedians, they like to go for stand-up gigs, they will perform. And to put it bluntly, if they screw up that night, right, they'll feel bad, they were like, oh man, I screwed up the show, people are jeering me, this is a bad feeling, it sucks, So they'll say these 11 a.m. rules will allow them to feel sorry for themselves for that night. Right? You can feel sorry for themselves, they can go back and curse and swear and be upset and cry and whatever they eat. But the next day at 11 a.m., when they wake up, it's like, it's a brand new day, I'm going to make a new show, I'm going to make it better, I'm going to perform even better tonight. And that's, I find that so relatable to what you are sharing.
That's why Jason Leong is so successful.
Yeah,
That's why he's one of the best at what he does, right? But it's so true, right? You can knock a man down, you can knock me down, but you can never knock me out.
Yeah. Okay. So Resh, I mean, given that story, right, you also did mention a little bit about, I would say that relates to me as a new trader as I was listening to that story. It illustrates how important to me to perhaps have some form of risk management strategies in case of such black swan event. So, given your years of experience trading in all these different instruments, derivatives, like what are some of these key risk management strategies that perhaps you could share with people watching this?
Okay, of course, right? So again, right? When I share this, it really depends on which stage of life you're at, right? Really, it depends on which stage. Because if you're starting out with a smaller portfolio versus somebody who is more established, right? It's going to be different.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be completely different, right? Like, let's say for example, I say, don't risk more than 1% of your trade, for example. That kind of rule. If you only have $500, bro, it doesn't apply to you, right? But I'll share some broad things, right? Some broad things, okay? If you're investing in instruments that are higher risk assets, right? Are higher risk assets, and you know what they are, right? If you're using options, if you're trading on forex, on using leverage, and if you're trading, let's say crypto on futures, for example, right? Always understand that these instruments, you don't go and put like 50% of your entire investable income, for example. Use a smaller portion, right? So like for myself, I am very, very clear, all my students know this, my allocation to crypto is about 30% of my investable amount of money, right? That's where 30% is, right? I put more money towards, I put a larger amount of money towards properties that I invest in, right? Index funds that I buy, right? Good, solid blue chip stocks that I have, right? Which I don't intend to sell. I aim to keep them for my son, right? These kind of things I actually allocate more of my resources into, right? But of course, I'm at a level of my life where I'm able to do that, right? Because I can structure properly, right? So again, if you are somebody who maybe is in your 40s, 50s, or whatever, you do have that pot, right? You have $100,000, for example. Then look, if you have 100,000, then 30,000 you put in there, right? And then you got to separate accordingly. Okay. If you are younger, if you are in your 20s watching this, and maybe you got $5,000, right? Then the very, very simple thing is this: look, you have got to risk it for the biscuit, right? You've got to adopt the mindset of I'm going to go all into something that is that can help you to really multiply. Okay. But again, once you have multiplied it, don't just you take it out and reinvest it in other things that are safer. You see what I'm saying? Right? So if you manage to grow the 5K, 20K, for example, take out some of the money, reinvest it in something that is, that will take risk off the table, that will give you long-term gains for sure. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? You build it up long-term, right? So, I have a friend, who I love, Eddie, right? He was on the show last time as well, right? He talks about, building that retirement nest egg.
His dream fund.
Yeah, he calls it his nest egg, right? Yeah. His golden goose. Yeah. And he talks about, you can watch this episode, and he talks about golden goose. And essentially, if you invest in, solid very, very good funds, can give you a good growth of 10 to 12%, for example. Again,
non-financial advice, not recommended to buy or sell. Please exercise your own due diligence. It's going to be a disclaimer somewhere up here.
Yes. But very simply, if you can do that, right? And again, it's a accredited fund and whatever else. If you can go and put your money aside there, you build it up to a sum over the years. If you can save into that over the years, you build it up to $500,000, $1 million, for example, over time, bro, they can pay you money that will pay you up for the rest of your life. Right, rest of your life, right? Then you literally sit down, close eye every month and get $5,000, $10,000, for example. That's what you want. Then you're completely financially free. The goal is not to trade forever. The goal is to make sure that you build it up. You build again. This is very, very important. So I talk about trading, but honestly, the goal is not to trade forever. The goal is to make the money from trading so you can put it in asset classes that will pay you passively for the rest of your life. Work actively to create multiple streams of passive income. Right, very, very important. Passive income, rentals, dividends, these are the kind of things. Trading is active income. Trading is active income. You still need to work actively. You still need to have brains, right? But the investments that you can put in which don't need brain, it will just come. Right? So that's what we want to allocate sums into that will literally set you free. Set you free.
So on this note, right, I'm not sure if this might be a little bit too sensitive to declare.
Sure.
But you did mention that you have 30%, right, of your investable funds into crypto right now.
Yes.
Can you divulge the rest of the 70% clearly? Is that something that we could?
The rest of 70%.
So 70% is like maybe 30% is in properties. Is that something that we can talk about?
Sure. Of course. As in, obviously, the vast majority will be in properties, because it's a much bigger quantum. Right? It's a much bigger quantum.
It's just more expensive.
It's just more expensive. That's why it's more, right? So it's you buy a couple of $1 million. So obviously, it's I would say 50% of that would be in in properties.
Okay.
Currently, right now, just to be very, very upfront, I have almost an equal sum in crypto and stocks. Right? Generally, it's a lot more in stocks, but as of now, because of the season in time in crypto, I've deleveraged and taken some out from my stock portfolio to really, get in to ride the wave. Again, another lesson I want to share is because, look, there are times and seasons for everything.
Yep.
There's a season in time where, prices of certain asset classes will move. You must understand that. As a trader, you must understand seasons, and when you can understand seasons, you make a lot of money. The season right now, as of this video recording, is crypto season. Right now, prices are exploding. They're growing exponentially. You get involved, you make money. As in, if you know what you're doing, you'll make money.
So trading is that tool in one of the many tools in the toolbox that we can have to generate the passive income.
Absolutely.
And right now, as of January 2024, you think that this tool is best to be used on crypto.
Yes.
That's the season for now.
Absolutely, man. Can I talk about my biggest win?
Of course, I'm going to ask you that actually. So now that we talk about your biggest loss, we talk about what is the risk management and everything, then let's talk about your biggest win, man. I also want to know, you lost 150K in one night. Then what's the next thing that's going to come? What's the biggest win?
Shit, man. It happens to be 10 times bigger.
Money is in abundance, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's the story right there. But what's the win?
2020, COVID, right? So the gains that I made during COVID in the financial markets, and again, I started in 2013.
Yeah.
Right. Exact year I started investing was in 2013, right? But that 1 year's gains in the financial markets was equivalent to the 7 years combined, bro.
2020, 2021, that gain
was more than the 7 years. And again, the 7 years I was very profitable, right? Doing a very good 30 to 40% compounding on my money every year. But that period of time, that 1 year was more than all of that combined. Freaking insane, right? And again,
how did that happen?
Yeah, because very simply, it was a very, very interesting situation where after COVID, after everything locked down, after everything was shut down, the government started printing trillions of dollars. Yeah. There was helicopter money being released. They call it helicopter money, where money was just being poured and thrown down everywhere.
Because of QE, right?
Yeah, because of QE, and governments were just pouring money and everything. And honestly speaking, bro, things just went crazy, right? Ethereum went from $80 to $4,000. Bro, how many times gain is it, right?
Yeah.
Like my crypto portfolio went 20x. My options just printed money, made me millions of dollars. I invested, people were following me. One of my biggest wins was, I invested in oil. Oil at a period of time went negative, right? It was trading at dollars, $1, $2. Bro, I started loading up so much oil. I made crazy amounts of money from oil, from payment companies, from companies like C Limited. Just went nuts, right? Literally I was seeing the money. I was like, holy crap, man. Right? I was so excited, and a lot of people were following me at the time, made a lot of money as well. But I made a very, very good move. So prices going up. I was investing in Bitcoin. I was investing in Ethereum. Prices went up like crazy, right? And I was like, oh, wow, I was so excited. I was on this hype train, right? And I remember my wife told me, take out the money. I was like, this woman don't know what she's talking about. Never invest, never advise me. Hello, you know who I am not?
Whoa.
She said, take out the money. I say, you siao. Hey, hello, walao. I can easily grow my money now double,
Yeah.
Probably look at the way things are going, probably double, easily can make. Keep quiet. She said, take out the money now. Bo pian. Happy wife, happy life, must listen ma. Right? So she wanted me to take out the money to essentially invest in a property, right? To go and buy a house. Right? And wanted to go and buy a $3 million house. Right? So bo pian, right? So again, I take out a good amount, a very, very good chunk, because as you can imagine, the down payments, stamp duty and everything was in the millions of dollars. So I take out everything and I look at my trading account and I was like, bloody hell, I feel like a pauper again. Right? 5 figures, nothing much left. I take out the vast majority and put in a house. Then I was like, waste time lah. Well, house, what can you do? Give me what? Make me 1,000. So I can make back so fast, waste my time, right? So I basically did that, which I was very, very upset about. But it was very interesting because a couple of months after that, everything crashed, bro. Everything crashed. Cryptos crashed, the stocks went from here, it dropped. 2021, essentially as a 2022, right? What happened was, the Russia-Ukraine war happened, inflation happened, dude, things just went down. I was putting money in stable coins, in, hodl not, interest earning accounts. Yeah. Bro, everything crashed, bro. Freaking landmine, right? Which I got affected by, I lost money again.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of money
was in the house.
Was in the house. And that house appreciated more than $1 million. The house appreciated more than $1 million. So again, guys, what's the lesson behind that?
Listen to your wife.
Marry the right woman. You gotta marry the right woman, right? Seriously.
Yeah.
You gotta marry. Wallah, I tell you, I thank God for my wife, right? Because I tell you, if I was left to my own devices, that would have been my biggest losses. I would have lost millions of dollars, like for real, right? But I had the sense to, now looking back, it was the correct move, right? So, she helped me with my biggest loss and she helped me with my biggest win. Marry the right woman, guys. Very important. I cannot stress enough, right? Listen to your wife. There's a reason why they tell you that. Sometimes guys, you get too emotional, right? So the wife beat some sense into you. So anyways, thank God.
Just to clarify, the wife didn't beat him. Okay, the very happy marriage.
Okay. Anyways, right? So she gave me some sensing. But again, what's my learning lesson? My learning lesson was very simply, make money in paper, keep in heart. Paper assets can help your money fly, but if you don't pull them back, they will fly away. Let me repeat that. Paper assets can help make your money fly, but if you don't hold, they will fly away. So you hold and keep in hard assets. Hard assets being, ground, property, businesses, for example, hard assets. That is where you keep and, you're able to keep your money. Right, very, very, very important, right? So that's one of the lessons. So again, I still active invest. Obviously, I invest, millions right now in paper assets. But very simply, right now, in the next wave where I make the next spot of millions of dollars from crypto, in the next coming 12 months, a lot of that will be taken out to invest in hard assets. Right, very, very, very important, right? And of course, one of the things that is very, very important, right, in terms of investing. Again, this doesn't apply to everybody, right? But if you do have your own business, if there are things that you can control, invest in those things, right? Because again, with the markets, there's a lot of things you cannot control. True, right?
Yeah.
A lot of things you cannot control. There's only
like you said, the loss, the war, we could not control the
You
war.
cannot control the war.
COVID.
The only thing you control is
Right.
your risk, right? Honestly,
Yeah.
there's jack shit that you can control, right? But the most important thing to invest in, really, right, is in yourself, right? The biggest risk management that you can do is to make sure that you're risk and recession proof. That's the biggest investment you can do, to make yourself recession proof. Right, so I always believe in that, right? Every year, you know me, I invest so much money in myself. Why? Because I want to make myself more and more, resilient. Because I always tell my students this, right? Even if I lose everything, even if I lose, and touch wood, I don't, right? But even if I lose everything, as long as I have my skill set and I have my mindset, I can make back everything again.
Absolutely.
You need to have that skill set and you need to have the right mindset. If you have that, you're good to go. Bro, I put you in whichever country, I drop you in Timbuktu, you can still make money, bro.
Absolutely, because
100%.
we have the skill set with the mindset, we can just
Dude can do whatever, right? Fly a plane in I don't know. He can do so many things. But again, he won't starve. Why? Because he has that skill set, right? And with the mindset, you can live forever, right? So again, that's the most important thing, right? Don't just be speculating on assets and whatever and hoping, right? Build yourself up, right? When you build that up, then you will remain, you don't have to worry, right, about money ever again.
All right, man. So that's it, guys. You heard about the biggest wins, you heard about the biggest loss as well. And before we really conclude this episode per se, now, I'm sitting across you today. I want to put myself in this shoe again of like a new trader, right? So I look across you, wow, man, millions of dollars invested, traded, and I'm not sure if there's going to be an answer to this, right? But if I do look at you like right now, Resh, when you look at a stock or a crypto, right? How do you even analyze or think? What's your thought process on like this is something that is worth investing or not? Is there something that you could share very concretely to the audience, like what your thought process is?
Wow, this is very broad, bro. Stocks, crypto, which one are you talking about, bro?
Okay. For the purpose of the audience that we have right now, let's talk about crypto then.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do I assess? Let's say, for example, you show me something. Is it
a coin X, right?
Okay.
I show you coin X. We look at the charts, and then you look at it, and then you
so
tell me.
very simple.
Yes.
Okay, very simple. So again, it depends on whether we are putting on. There's two caps, right? There's an investor cap, and there's a trader cap.
Investor cap and trader cap. Okay.
Two different things, huh? What is trading? Trading is entering, exiting with a whatever, right?
Yeah.
Certain time frame. Investor is I see it's a good potential investment.
Yeah.
I want to invest for the long term. So if it's a trader cap that I'm putting on, I'm very simply looking at the technical indicators.
Technical indicators.
Looking at technical indicators. Most importantly, if I want to long it, for example, I'm analyzing, hey, is this a long trend? Right? I'm buying whenever it comes to retracement. So everything they've taught you guys, right? Like, whether it comes down to a good retracement level, for example, whether there's a bullish momentum that's happening, then I ride it. Right? And very importantly, as I gain profits, for example, I make sure I protect my profits. I move my stop losses and all these things, right? So the basic principles apply in trading, okay? With regards to investing, whether I want to invest in the particular, like invest long term, then I'll be doing a lot more due diligence, right? What do I mean due diligence?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Right?
What do I do? I immediately go onto CoinMarketCap. Okay, there's this website called coinmarketcap.com. I'll put down the ticker symbol of the thing, right? So let's just say, for example, it is a particular crypto, right? I'll put it down, right? If you go down, you'll see all the information that you need, the company's websites, the investors, and all these things. So I'll go to their websites, I will go and read about what they're doing, who are their backers, who are people who are investing in them, are they big notable names, are they the biggest capital venture funds that are backing them, are they, what are they about, right? I will go onto YouTube, which is one of the best resources, right? Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it's one of the best resources as well, right? I'll go to YouTube, right? And what will I do in YouTube? I will very simply go and
search it.
Search for the company, right? Search for the founder. Like, are there interviews that he's done? Right? What has he done recently? Has he appeared on CNBC recently? Right? I'll go and search up all these interviews and all these stories, right? And go and search up on influencers, social media people who are talking about the
coin,
the
token,
right? So I will listen to all this information about whether it's good, whether it's not good, right? The pros and cons, and I'll form a decision and a thesis based on that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Another very good source to actually go and study and read about the threads, as in if you're a reader, not a listener or video watcher, is to go on Twitter. And what I'll do is I put a dollar sign with the ticker symbol of it. Right? So let's say, for example, I'm talking about this coin which is MOVR, right? Non-financial advice, right? But I'll go and type in $MOVR and I'll put it on Twitter, or
Found
X,
the
sorry.
tweets,
So it's x.com. I'll put it there and all these tweets will come out.
Sorry,
right?
Elon, show us some love, yeah? I like our video.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will just do that and immediately I'll get everything. So I'll go and read all these different theses and what's happening and whether there is significant movements, for example, and I'll go from there. And with regards to crypto, actually a very, very good place where you see a lot of people hidden, and a lot of if you have the time to deep dive enough, right? If you have enough time to deep dive enough, treasure troves will be found in many of the companies' Discords. That's where crypto hides, in Discord and Twitter, right? So go on the Discords, right? Then go and dig information. Right, so that's what I will do. So I'll do that thorough analysis to actually go and dig deeper, find out, and if it's good, then I'll enter.
All right, so that is the thought process coming from someone who is trading millions and millions of dollars. And I just wanted to have Resh share this because I think it's oftentimes like people will be asking questions like, what should I be doing? How does he even think about whether he's going to pull out his trading cap or his investor cap, and what should he do? I think a lot of his thought processes, right? A lot of the websites, and how you actually look at the fundamentals of the coins has been shared today. So do with the information what you might want to do with it. Again, non-financial advice, but I think this is something that we just wanted you to be able to really bring yourself up to the next level in terms of trading and investing. Now, as we conclude this episode, this wasn't planned or announced anything, but I want to do something really, really fun, right?
What's it?
With Resh, right? So I want to do something with you. Right, and this is going to be a quick fire segment.
Let's go.
Right, quick fire. No need to give explanation.
Okay.
I'm going to ask some weird, funny questions.
Okay.
And you just have to choose the answer, right?
Sure.
Okay, so let's just start off with something simple. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea. Okay. Right. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. Okay. Ferrari or Maserati?
Ferrari.
Okay, right. Gymming or movies?
Gymming for sure.
I think that one very obvious. That one is a give question one. Now come the harder one, more difficult one. Okay, wife or son?
Wow, jialat.
Okay, quick fire.
Wife.
Wife. Yeah, but actually, the moral of the lesson of the whole show is the wife is the most important asset ever.
Wife.
Okay, wife. Okay, wife. Okay. Now, $1 million or a trip to the moon?
$1 million.
$1 million. Okay. What else can we ask? What else can we ask? Char kway teow or chicken rice?
Chicken rice.
Chicken rice. Really?
Chicken breast, bro. Chicken breast is life.
Okay, chicken breast is life. Okay. All right. What else can we ask about? What can we ask about Russia? Okay. Asia or Europe?
Asia.
Okay. Stocks or crypto?
Crypto.
Crypto now. Is it because of season? I'm just curious. Or it's just
exciting, bro.
Exciting.
I live for the excitement.
You live for the excitement. Okay. What else can we ask? Let me think. Hey, audience, any other things that we want to quick fire? Right.
Arsenal or Man U?
Right.
Man U lah.
Yeah, Arsenal, Man U. Yeah. For info, one of our camera crew, one of our crew is wearing an Arsenal shirt, right? Okay. Maybe I can ask this. Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo.
Okay. Maybe just a quick answer, right? Not quick fire per se, right? If you have $1,000, what will you do?
If I have $1,000, what will I do?
If you only have $1,000 left, what will you do with it?
I will use it to start a business.
You use it to start a business.
Yes.
Okay, let's bump up the number a little bit. If you have $10,000 left, what will you do with it?
$10,000 left, what would I do with it? I would donate some amount to charity. I think that's the first thing I'll do.
Okay.
I'll use a good half of a portion to start a business and the remaining half to invest.
Okay, awesome. Right, so if one day your wife tells you to, right, put down everything right now, right, and retire, yes or no?
No.
No. Must always listen to wife, bro. Happy wife, happy life, right? Remember, okay, that's always the key lesson. Okay, if not, I think we have a lot of fun with our Resh today. I also run out of questions to ask you. But if you have any quick fire questions, right, for the next round where I can ask Resh, right, comment down below. let us know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. And more importantly, turn on the notification bell because we are planning to do a lot more educational videos to really educate you to bring it to the next level. Right? So if you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, comment down below and let us know what you have learned best today, apart from the advice that happy life equals to happy wife. Right? If not, ladies and gentlemen, this is another exciting episode of Modern Wealth Podcast. We'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, today we have actually went through a lot of very interesting, mindset, how you manage money, the biggest win, biggest losses, and of course the biggest lesson of all, happy wife, happy life, and all this amazing stuff, right? And at the very beginning of the show, we did mention that we're going to have a special giveaway, right? So what we want to do right now is this, ladies and gentlemen, as you are watching this, I want you all to actually type down below what is your one key takeaway from all the many things that we have shared today, all the things that Resh has talked about. What is the biggest lesson that you have that you feel has impacted you the most? Type it down below, and what we're going to do in the next episode is that we're going to be announcing, who might have win a special prize from us. We're going to be contacting you if you're the winner and be giving you some free crypto. Okay, so comment down below what's the key lessons, that Resh has shared that resonated with you the most, and we will see you at the next episode.